Okay, hey everybody, how's it going? Real talk, as you all probably know, just yesterday we got the third and final teaser for the Weeknd'S upcoming album, and wow, it was special. Now, there were a lot of things included in this teaser and in the other two as well that we got earlier, so I wanted to make this video and go through each one once again and really analyze everything going on. I wanted to see all the secret inclusions, Easter eggs, and other things or hints or ideas that we might have missed. So if you're sitting there and are loving the rollout so far, but are just really confused or overwhelmed and have no idea what's going on, then this video is for you. But before we get into it, I just wanted to thank you all for 2,000 subscribers, another big milestone, and I could not be more grateful. So make sure to go right now and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Also like this video because this is going to be super helpful for all of you, and comment down below what other videos you might want to see next. As well, I'll have a special announcement at the end of this video, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Alright, let's get right into it. Okay, starting with the first teaser, we see awesome graphics and animations, much like the other two that we'll see, and the video starts off with the After Hours, the Weeknd, Abel character, rolling a pair of dice and gambling in Las Vegas. We see the bright lights and basically the whole theme of After Hours as we know it, with the smoking and the driving and the other components that we know from the chapter. The teaser then shows the Weeknd kneeling on the ground and transitions into the Dawn FM era or chapter, and if you look closely at this awesome transition, you can see the After Hours character holding the leg of the Dawn FM character, trying to sort of pull him down through the ground. And then, just like we did with the first part of the teaser, we see various scenes and references to now the Dawn FM era, such as this one from the Sacrifice music video, as you might remember, and then the mask from the era as we know it to be. What's interesting about this teaser is how it transitions into where we currently are, sort of the present day, or the chapter and album that we've been waiting for, which is the conclusion to this modern day trilogy. We get our first look at baby Abel, or the childlike Abel, which symbolizes the obvious theme of rebirth. In this scene, we can see baby Abel sitting on the ground and there's statues behind him trying to reach out to him and grab him. We then see a super bright light that starts shining down on baby Abel as he is sitting. And as this is all happening, words start appearing on the screen which say there are 3 chapters in this tale. And that's all for the first teaser. Now, in terms of music, in this video we hear Alone Again, Until I Bleed Out, Dawn FM, and Every Angel is Terrifying. So nothing too crazy going on in this first teaser, kind of just like a look at Abel's past, but definitely a good build-up for the upcoming 2 teasers that we'll see. Okay, now moving on to teaser 2, which was absolutely crazy, and to be honest, I haven't stopped listening to it since it came out. As you all remember, we had 2 songs previewed or teased in this teaser, one of them being the updated version of Hold Your Heart. Now, if you're not sure what that is or what I'm referring to, go to the top of your screen right now and watch my last video explaining it all. I go into depth on what we know regarding the upcoming album and anything else that you need to know. I'll also leave a link to the video in the description. Anyways, this second teaser had amazing graphics and animations once again. This teaser shows baby Abel running from his past demons. We start off with a white flashing screen which transitions into this light in the sky, and then we see baby Abel reaching towards this light and running through a field of flowers. The childlike Abel then appears to be falling and is then seen kneeling on the ground holding the mask from Dawn FM and the mask he wore in the North American leg of the After Hours Till Dawn tour. And as this is all happening, he's being watched by his past characters of After Hours and 2 others that I think are both from Dawn FM. This scene then transitions into baby Abel running on water with hands reaching out and trying to grab him. We can then see another hand reaching into the ocean and trying to pull childlike Abel out, but we can also see the red cloaked dancers from the Dawn FM era and the first leg of the tour trying to pull him back down. These dancers obviously symbolizing his inner and past demons. And this whole scene is probably symbolizing the difficulty of escaping past hardships and inner suffering. Now, as we come out of the water, we see baby Abel made it out and is now trying to crawl towards a white cloaked figure, and we can also see an Ethiopian Orthodox cross in the sky, as well as the After Hours and 2 Dawn FM characters we saw earlier in the teaser, that being the older Abel and current Abel. And for the final scene, we see baby Abel running up what seems to be the stairway to heaven, still following this mysterious white cloaked figure with the cross shining a bright light. Now, in terms of music in this teaser, like I said, we see 2 songs previewed, and one of them being a new one that we haven't heard yet, and one of them being Hold Your Heart, a song which Abel teased during COVID in 2020 on an Instagram live. However, the version of Hold Your Heart that he teased in this video and the one that he played on Instagram live are very different, and therefore we know that the song has been updated and worked on. Now, the other song in the beginning is a beautiful sounding song with people speculating that it might be called Let's End It All, but of course we don't know if that will come true. Okay, and now moving on to the last teaser, the one that just came out yesterday, very unexpectedly, almost like a surprise. And as expected, we saw a continuation of the last one. Remember that they are all connected and that the entire video came in 3 parts. They all tell a story in a way. Anyways, this third teaser was really cool, and again, the animations and graphics are insane. In the beginning of the teaser, we see another white light, but it's not flashing like it was in the second teaser. We then see this view of the cloaked figure that baby Abel followed up into the sky on the stairway of heaven in the last teaser, and a house that resembles the House of Balloons, an important part of history for Abel in the early stages of his career. We can see that everything is connected and it's all a full circle moment. Also, there appears to be a massive white hand reaching for the house, but essentially Abel is following this figure and appears to be wearing a white robe with the Ethiopian Orthodox cross on it, similar to how we saw in the second teaser. And throughout these teasers, we continuously see a dark sky with flashes of white light in the clouds. We then see Abel walking up the steps of the house, still following this white figure that we don't know who it is. Now, this scene is wild. We see baby Abel walk into the house, and if you look closely, there are white and black balloons scattered all over the floor, symbolizing his House of Balloons mixtape, the beginning of his music career, and further confirming that this is in fact the House of Balloons. We then get a view of the white figure entering an old clock at the end of the hallway. Now, if you look super closely here, you'll see a statue's head, and I'm not sure who it is, but on the neck of the statue we can see what appears to be Abel's cross necklace from the Starboy era. Also, if you can personally make out some of the photos that are on the wall, let me know what you see. It's kinda hard to do so. So essentially what we've seen in this last bit of the teaser has been child Abel walking through his memories, kind of like that theory of when you die you relive the biggest memories of your life. Super interesting stuff. He's walking through his past, and we'll see soon he travels further into the past as well. Now, in this photo on the wall, we can see the cross from Starboy and I think a panther, which obviously resembles that era, the Starboy era. Baby Abel then travels further back in time as he steps into the same clock that the white figure stepped into earlier. Now, within this awesome transition, we see clock gears turning and winding, and then we actually see a view of all of Abel's past hairstyles throughout his life. This scene is crazy. It starts with what looks to be like Trilogy, then Kissland, then Beauty Behind the Madness, then Starboy, and then After Hours, and then back to his child hair. Also, I wanted to point out that this whole aspect of this clock and time ticking and traveling in the past has actually been teased by Abel before. If you remember, earlier this year, Abel actually made this tweet which says, "Time ticks loud in here." Now we're seeing what he meant by this. So he's now traveled further into the past and has entered some sort of beautiful church or cathedral. We then see this awesome scene where baby Abel is presented with a line of mirrors, and he sees all of his past eras and characters such as After Hours, Dawn FM, Beauty Behind the Madness, Kissland, and Trilogy, and he's sort of looking at his own reflection, quite literally in a way. As well, as the video goes on, everything seems to be slowly engulfed in this thick black smoke. We then see a mirror with the white figure who appears to be a woman trying to reach for baby Abel, and then finally we get this super heartwarming scene where we see the white figure who we have been trying to figure out who it actually is holding baby Abel, and the mysterious white figure is none other than Samra, Abel's mother. This scene actually is a direct representation of a famous piece of Ethiopian artwork by Afewerk Tekle, sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, titled Mother Ethiopia from 1963. And then as the video ends and everything fades to black, we can maybe hear someone, probably his mother, whisper Abel, and then some sort of alien sound at the end, which by the way has been a theory for a long time, but I'm not sure of the relevance of it. and the teaser just ends there. Wow. The alien predictions are interesting for sure, especially with the silver faces we've seen throughout Dawn FM, and even this scene where people have said he's actually being abducted. The photos on the wall and the church window panes might also be something extraterrestrial, but again, I'm not entirely sure and it's all a little confusing. But yeah, this teaser was crazy and also kind of emotional in a way, especially the last scene with Abel and his mother and the music. Now, speaking of music, we heard what seemed to be two brand new songs that are unreleased, and many people have said that the first one is actually the intro into Wake Me Up, but nonetheless, here are some of the interesting lyrics I'm hearing. This resembles the Everything Will Fade teasers from earlier on in the year. This refers to Abel changing his ways and his life, and as we know, his stage name, but he's saying that he can't escape them, which might be the darkness, evil, or his inner demons, as they will always find a way back into his life. Therefore, he needs to run away. We are continuously seeing that the lyrics to these songs almost contradict what we think this album will be and what we are actually seeing visually in these teasers. Now, I personally think that these two songs that we saw in this teaser would be fitting for the intro and last songs on the album respectively. They just kind of have that vibe to them. The first song sounding like a movie trailer or an intro with all the synths, it sounds insane, and the last one being more heartfelt, slow, mellow, and emotional with the acoustic guitar and melancholic lyrics. The second one actually reminds me a little bit of Less Than Zero. I'm not sure why, it's probably the acoustics, but obviously kind of like a sadder version of it. Now, I'm not sure about the titles of these songs, obviously. I'm not sure if the first one is Afterlife, because remember, we know that's the name of at least one of the songs on the album, or if it's Everything Fades, or Fades to Black, or the Wake Me Up intro. I don't know, I've heard many different things, but I'm genuinely not sure. For the second one, maybe a fitting title is Runaway, but again, this is all speculation. We won't know until it actually comes out. Now, one last thing I wanted to note, and something I found interesting, is this description of the teaser on the director's website, Evan Larson. The description states, "In the concluding part of the Weeknd'S album release teaser, we follow the Weeknd'S child self through a false paradise reflecting on his past. The video also teases 2 new unreleased songs." Now, I find this interesting because it refers to the paradise we see as false, as something that isn't true, might be sort of an illusion. So this might be another hint that this album really might not actually be what we think it is. You know, we're expecting this album, this theme of rebirth and heaven and afterlife and all these things, but what if it's the complete opposite, and what if we might get something that is completely different? Because to be honest, from the 2 songs in this teaser and how the lyrics are sounding and the storytelling within the music, it sounds a little bit like Abel is being reborn and he's trying to sort of shed his skin and enter this new life, but he can't shake his past. It's still with him, it's still haunting him, and it might just have to be like that forever. It might be another form of acceptance, kind of like Dawn FM was. So there you have it. That's all 3 teasers explained in as much detail as I can provide. Hopefully you now understand the story of the album a bit more, but I'll be honest, even I'm still a little confused by everything going on, mainly because of the lyrics and the music in comparison to what we're seeing or thinking about this next album. In terms of theories or predictions, I don't think it would be too far-fetched to say that we will be getting a lead single very, very, very soon, possibly even at the end of this week. However, I've seen some people say that they anticipate that we won't even get a single for this new album because The Weeknd has already teased 4 of the songs on it. And we also know a few other songs that should be on the album, such as Take Me Back to LA. So some people think he'll just drop the album all at once with no singles because he's already teased enough of it. Now, I'm not sure how I feel about this because I think Abel wants to have a big rollout just like he did for After Hours. Dawn FM was a little more sudden, and we saw the comparison in success and critical acclamation between the 2 albums of Dawn FM and After Hours, even though they were both amazing. But honestly, I'm not sure. It could work both ways. I trust in Abel, and we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, if you think this video was helpful in understanding everything going on, make sure to smash the like button right now, hit the subscribe, and comment your upcoming predictions for what we might expect in the future. Do you think we might get a single by the end of the week? Will it be later? Do you think the album will drop all at once? Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments down below. I'll be reading and replying. And that's all for this video. Until next time. Okay, so if you stuck around till the end, I thank you, I appreciate you, and as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I have a special announcement for all of you. I'm happy to say that I'm creating a brand new channel, a brand new personal brand. This new content will follow me and my life, things like vlogs, reaction videos, and other forms of content. So if you want to see more of me, this is for you. Don't worry, I'll still keep this Anything Abel channel and provide all of you with the certain forms of videos that you've been seeing and that you've been loving, but something new is coming. As a little teaser, I can confirm that I will be traveling to Sao Paulo to see the Weeknd'S one-night special concert on September 7th. This obviously means brand new, exciting, and exclusive content. If you want to see the show and my days leading up to it, make sure to check out the new channel and subscribe to it. Also, as the Weeknd starts releasing new music and the album altogether, I will be reacting to it in real life, so you'll get to see that too. The type of content you'll see on this new channel is fresh, infinite, and new, and I can guarantee that you won't be disappointed. I want to grow another amazing community just like this one, so from one Weeknd fan to another, I hope you can join me on this new journey. The link is in the description. Thank you.